Today's story is about a rich father's spoiled child who falls in love with his own stepsister, and they secretly have an affair. Such incidents that we will see in today's story. In the beginning of the story, we see a girl named Noah who is going to stay with her mom at her boyfriend William's house. Actually, Noah's mom and dad had divorced, and now her mom's boyfriend is very rich and they are going to get married in a few days. But Noah is not happy about this marriage and she does not want to be a daughter of a rich father. So her mom Rafaela explains to her that we cannot try to make our lives better alone. We should move forward in life and we need a good support for that. And I know that you have to leave your boyfriend Dan, but you are still 17 years old. And after going there, you will get a lot of friends. Then when they reach there, William comes and welcomes them, but Noah does not speak well to her mother's boyfriend. After this, her mother takes her to show her the house, which is very beautiful and magnificent, but Noah is not able to accept all this. Then her mother shows her her room, which is very beautiful. Her mother tells that at her behest, William has decorated this room with Noah's favorite things and favorite colors. So Noah likes this room. After this, her mom tells her about Nick, who is William's son and Noah's stepbrother. Then when Noah comes to the balcony, he sees a boy behind the trees, but she can't see his face properly. Then her best friend Betty calls her, so she goes to the kitchen while talking to her. Then she suddenly gets scared and drops her phone. When she picks up her phone, Nick's dog comes. She hides behind Nick to get rid of him. She picks up a pen and says to Nick, "If you don't make this dog shut up, I'll break your head." Nick says, "Don't even make a mistake, otherwise my dog will attack you." Then her parents come. Noah says, "Nick is very nice, but I liked his dog better. I like her dog more." Then she goes to her room. Then she sees that her best friend Betty was still on the call and was listening to all of them. Then Betty asks her, "How is your stepbrother? Your mom told me that he is very sweet." To which she says, "I did not see him carefully." After this, everyone is going out for dinner at night. When Noah comes in front wearing a beautiful dress, everyone praises his dress and leave for dinner. Now on the way, Noah is missing his boyfriend. Then Nick overtakes him from his car and goes ahead. After this, everyone reaches there and starts having dinner, where Noah starts insulting Nick in conversation. But Nick takes it all lightly and then tells his mom and dad that I have some important work, so I have to go. Saying this, while leaving from there, he tells Noah, "Where will you go, sister?" At that moment, Nick's dad asks Noah to leave the house and tells him to drive carefully. Then we see that Nick starts driving the car very fast and both start fighting inside the car. And while talking, Noah says something wrong about Nick's mom, so Nick stops the car and gets angry, takes Noah out of the car, leaves him in the middle of the road and leaves. Now after some time, she stops a car in which there is a boy named Mario who gives lift to Noah. Then they start talking in the car. Then the boy says that he is going to a party in a villa. And in the conversation, Noah finds out that Mario is Nick's friend. And Mario also finds out that Noah is Nick's sister. Then Mario says that Nick has also gone to the same party, which Noah says to take him to that party. And seeing this, she thinks that she has come to do all this by telling her dad that it is important work. After this, she goes to him and punches him hard and says that how did you come here to have fun, leaving me on a deserted road? Anything could have happened to me there. And says that your dad considers you Mr. Perfect. If he finds out about all this fun of yours, then how will it be? On which Nick threatens him and says that you will not tell anyone about it and you should not have anything to do with all this. Then Noah says that why were you flirting with girls? So Nick says that girls themselves come to me. And during this time he comes very close to Noah. So Noah takes him away. After this, Nick goes back to his fun. Then a girl comes to Noah and tells him that she is Nick's childhood friend, and they become friends. And at a distance, we see Nick kissing a girl in a different style while teasing Noah. Then a boy named Ronnie, who was a gangster, starts talking to Noah and offers him a drink. Noah finds it very strange after drinking a sip of it. Then Nick comes and pushes the boy down, but Noah starts drinking that drink again while teasing Nick. So Nick drops that drink and says that these boys mix drugs in the drink and give it to the girls. And in the meantime, Noah starts feeling dizzy, after which Nick starts taking him home. Noah was very drunk, so she starts talking naughty about Nick in the car. Then Nick tells her to be quiet, but she doesn't keep quiet. And now by doing this, both reach home. And Nick wakes up Noah and takes him to his room and puts him to sleep. That's when Nick starts having naughty thoughts, but he controls himself. And after sleeping in a state of intoxication, Noah has a dream where she sees that she is very small and her mom is waking her up, and then she hides her and puts her in a place because her real dad is shouting at her to open the door to relax. Now we see the scene in the morning when Nick was having breakfast, and when Noah comes to him and asks what happened between us at night, then Nick tells him to bother him that a lot happened between us at night. So Noah gets upset hearing this. After that, Noah goes to the beach to feel relaxed, where she meets Jenna. Now after a while, Nick comes there with his friends to surf. And when he was changing his clothes, Noah was watching him. And for a while, he also starts having naughty thoughts. After this, he finds out that Nick is going to go to a race at night. Then we see Nick at night, where there were many more people with Nick's friends. And here today, Nick has to do car racing opposite Ronnie's group. So both get ready for car racing and the race begins. And now there is a very spectacular car racing on the road. And finally, Nick wins the car racing like every year. And after that, everyone starts celebrating for Nick's victory. Then Noah gets a message. He sees that his boyfriend Dan is kissing his friend. And he gets very angry seeing this. And in anger, to tease Dan, he takes a boy from the party and starts clicking a photo of him kissing him. But then Nick comes and drives away that boy. And then he takes Noah's phone and sees. He understands why Noah is doing all this. Then Noah also says that I wanted a photo so that I can show it to my boyfriend and tease him. Now here Nick gets a chance to go to him. After which Nick says that if I kiss you and get a photo, will you go home from here? So Noah says yes. After this, Nick kisses him in a very impressive way, and Noah takes a picture. And then Noah sits in the car and says that I will tell my friend to drop you home. Saying this, Nick goes and gets busy romancing another girl, while Noah sits in the car and sends that photo to tease her boyfriend. And then comes to the driving seat and starts the car. Then Ronnie comes to the racing line with the car and says that Nick is going to race with me again. But what are you doing in the racing line with the car? To which Noah says that she can race, and the race starts. And with Noah, Ronnie's racing competition starts. And here a fight starts between the two. Nick comes and sees that Noah has started racing instead of him. And he gets very upset to see this. But Noah finally wins this race. And everyone is happy with it. But Ronnie had lost the race. So he starts fighting with Nick. And says that you have broken the rules of the game by sending a girl to the competition. So we won and you lost. And now you will have to pay in your car too. But Noah starts fighting with Ronnie on this. but Nick starts taking him away from there. Then Ronnie abuses Noah. And as soon as Nick hears this, he gets angry and starts hitting Ronnie. And this starts a fight between the two groups. But seeing this, Noah gets scared and sits down. So Nick's friend takes him and puts him in Nick's car. And in a little while, Nick also comes. After this, they quickly run away from there. Now we see a scene of the next morning after 4 days. When Noah was sleeping, his mom wakes him up and tells him that today his dad William has a success party. And he also has to go. And Nick has been missing for 4 days. But he knows that there is a party today, so he will come on time. Let's see Nick, where we know that he has a younger sister too. And his dad's first wife, that is Nick's mom, no longer lives together and both have been divorced. But he has come to meet his younger sister Maggie, and Maggie has cancer, so Nick spends a lot of time with her and talks to her. And here Noah and his mom and dad come back after the party is over. But Nick could not come to the party. Now when Noah came home and was watching TV alone, Nick comes home and then sits with Noah. And while talking, both start kissing and slowly both start flirting. So Nick says that this is wrong. We should not do this. Then Noah's mom comes there and tells Nick to talk to his dad to avoid his dad's success party. So he goes. She leaves. Then the next day, Noah was washing his car. When she sees that Nick is looking at her, she starts to get wet to show Nick. And Nick starts laughing at this. But then Noah's mom brings Noah's boyfriend Dan to meet him. But Noah has been hating him since she saw those kissing photos. So she doesn't talk to him properly. But Noah's boyfriend starts kissing him. So Noah turns his face away. After this, Noah's mom takes Dan home. While Nick was bathing in the swimming pool, Noah goes to the pool to talk. And Nick pulls him into the pool. Now day by day, a relationship was formed between the two. And whenever they come to each other, they both lose their control. After which, they both go inside the pool and kiss on one side. Dan is quite surprised to see both of them from a distance, but Nick's friends make an excuse and stop him there. Then Noah's mom calls Nick and Nick leaves. Then Dan comes to Noah and asks, "Isn't this the same boy you sent the photo of?" Noah doesn't answer him. Now Nick was going somewhere and he meets Ronnie on the way, who again starts commenting bad about Noah in front of Nick. Like that day, Nick gets angry. And here the scene shifts and we see Nick at home where there were wounds on his face, which means there was a lot of fight between Nick and Ronnie. And now Nick was standing near the pool and he sees that Noah is sleeping outside. So he goes to him and sees that there is a mark on his stomach. Seeing this, he starts covering his stomach. Then Noah's sleep is revealed and he punches him hard, so his nose starts bleeding. After this, Noah sees this and apologizes to Nick and says that I suddenly felt that Dan is coming and is troubling me. So it happened in a hurry. Now both of them start getting close again, but then Dan comes there and sees them. So Noah tells Dan not to tell anyone about this and please leave from here tomorrow. Now the next morning, Noah's mom gives him a letter from Dan and says that Dan has gone back. Then we see that Noah and Nick go to a fight club with their friends, where Nick is also going to fight today. So after going inside the friends, they start kissing hair in both talks. And now it was getting very difficult to control for both. And whenever they come to each other, they start taking one step forward, as if they were addicted to each other. But then two friends come to him from another car, and they see Nick and Noah, on which Nick's friend tells him that he is your stepsister, you shouldn't do this. After this, everyone goes inside the club, and now it's Nick's turn to fight. But Noah forbids him to fight because he doesn't like fights. But Nick doesn't agree and goes to fight. And in this fight, Nick wins. But Noah comes out after seeing all this, and at the same time, Nick's friend also comes out with Noah. And while talking, he starts kissing Noah. Nick also wins the fight and he gets the money for the fight. And then he gets very angry after seeing this and pushes his friend and scolds him and drives him away. And he tells Noah not to let anyone come near him in the future. But Noah gets angry at Nick for the fight and gets upset and says that nothing will happen between us now, so don't talk to me again. After this, the two of them start to stay away from each other for many days, but they miss each other a lot. Then one day, Nick's dad tells him that Noah's dad Jonas has come out of jail, and he used to torture Noah and his mom Rafaela a lot. And there are also scars on Noah's body, which are due to his dad's beating. Then Nick says that I had heard that Noah's dad is dead. So his dad says that no, he was in jail for years, and the police had put him in jail on the statement of Noah. But now he has come out 2 weeks ago, and he can try to kill Noah and his mom anytime. So I want you to take care of Noah at all times. Noah is in a party where she drinks a lot. On the other hand, Nick was looking for her and was calling everyone and asking about Noah. And here in the club, a friend of Nick locks Noah in a closet in fun, which scares her a lot. Because when she was a kid, her father used to lock her in the closet. That's when Nick comes there and takes her out of the closet and takes her home. Noah was very scared of this incident, so she tells Nick to stay with her. Although it was very difficult for Nick, but still he hardly stays in Noah's room at night. And then, after morning, Nick is about to go to his room. But then his dad comes and sees her together, which makes them both nervous. Actually, Nick's dad came to tell about his sister's illness, that she is in the hospital. But seeing their condition, they get angry and leave. After this, Nick takes Noah and goes to meet his sister Maggie and talks to her. After this, while both are coming back, Nick says that we will reach home after a while. Saying this, he brings the car to the side and closes it. Both are very tensed because their dad had seen them together. So Noah says that your dad will not let us live together anymore, and this is probably our last night. As soon as he hears this, Nick starts kissing him, and finally both lose control of themselves. After this, both go to the shore of the sea, where both get very close to each other to make this moment beautiful and memorable.